Greetings, I am Live.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Woo! Let's do it.
All right, so we are digging in a little bit deeper. We covered this trope in the last one, so if you're coming in on this one in the first one, then we invite you to enjoy the rest of the series. It's getting a little creepy up in here.
It's a little wild. You've been thinking about Alex, haven't you? I tell him the truth, change the subject. I thought last time that honestly she would tell him the truth, but also we were kind of like, well, of course she's thinking about him. He keeps hurting her.
She's thinking about the biggest threat in her life.
So, and I am annoyed because partially I feel like this, like part of the reason for that question is actually you're thinking about it because you like it.
Well, and the thing is I assume that he is challenging that we like him, but again, like Byrne is even concerned herself because you're told socially, or at least I've been told socially, and that was the experience I had, that if you keep thinking about something, it's because you like
them, yes.
And I think she is trying to connect with the men in her life. Like, she keeps trying to connect with men and not being able to. I think she would tell him the truth.
Right, let's just tell him the truth. Why not? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, please. I know. He's all part of Alex's plan. He's playing with your heart. He's trying to drive you crazy, so you can't stop thinking about him. You're right, Ben.
How is that telling him the truth?
What? I think they weren't expecting that.
I think so. They didn't.
That sounds like you completely just yanked that choice out. That was not a choice. That was this character has only one reaction, and that's it. That was nothing.
Yeah, no, I was just
because the fact that she goes, I don't know what you're talking about, and then he immediately, I'm like, I love the fact of how much this game destroys your character's agency. Like, it's impossibly.
It's from every direction. It's from the player's direction, because a lot of times when we choose one, we get directed into the other one.
Yep.
And unlike in other games that we've played where I've said, wow, you get to do both choices, that's pretty cool.
Right.
Because sometimes it seems like one will logically follow from the other.
Right.
Like, it seems like you could say, I understand and soothe and support them kind of thing. But in the case of these kinds of things, it's a dichotomized choice rather than a progressive choice.
Right.
And I feel like there's such a narrative in this game of taking agency away. Agency from the player, agency from your main character, agency based on, the fact that other people have more resources. Like, both your character and you become helpless. And again, I'm sliding in more with is this a subversive masterpiece?
Dang, you're right, Ben. I'm not going to lie. I've been thinking about Alex lately, and it upsets me.
I like that she's honest with it, makes her unhappy, even if she's
I
confused
hope
about
we
it.
both didn't tap, because...
No, we didn't. I didn't touch it.
Okay, I was like, Ben smiles wryly.
Because he's not being supportive.
He's not.
Either they don't know what, wryly and sarcastically and, what's the other? It's not sneering, mean.
I know. I'm like, God, I've been
Otherwise,
horrified.
Ben is mocking you constantly. And it's just really uncomfortable because other than that, he keeps seeming like he's not as bad, but then he keeps seeming worse.
Yeah, I know.
And again, it's not as bad isn't a great piece of progress, but there we are.
Well, be careful. I don't want you to fall for him.
It scares me. I don't want you to fall for him. Fear is the first step to love.
Honestly, if you follow the Jedi, yes.
Oh my God! That's so good.
Ben holds my hand tightly as he looks at me in the eye, because I will make you mine, Ben.
I will do it. I will have you. Oh, so you remember that nice time in the car where he said, I'll let you choose, take your time? He's done with that now.
Yeah, he's done
He
making
is now
choices.
going, you're not going to get to choose. You will be mine. Now that another player has come into the game and you're deciding against me or someone else, I will win this dick contest.
This is what I'm like, this is just terrifying. I'm going to take a quick look at my blog. She immediately disengages.
Yeah,
that is not whoa, that is I run the hell away immediately.
Yeah, that is I am so overwhelmed by this and the enormity of it.
I take out my laptop and check on my blog.
Walking down the hallway, pulls laptop out of backpack over shoulder, pops it open, hands busy.
Puts it in between them. He's holding her hand, so it's immediate disengagement.
He left because he went away, but she might have just looked away from him.
Yeah, honestly though, I like the funnier thing of where he's just there, he's still holding her hand, her grabs laptop, slaps it on their hands.
Slaps it between them and then pops it open. I kind of love that. That going, I error out so hard with this new sort of fear and intensity in front of me that I go, I should be doing something else. It's that intense executive dysfunction, which I think I'm using that properly in this case, of just going, I cannot possibly focus on anything that would be important or necessary at all. And so my brain just goes somewhere else.
Hey, Yosemite, I tell you, Matt, so open check my blog at the same time. Kayla runs towards us.
He is still there, you were correct.
Full bone in hand.
Burn! Burn! Burn!
I,
Scoots in front of him. Burn! Did you take a look at your blog?
whoa. I'm checking it now.
Looks at him behind her. She slid in. She's like, "Excuse you."
Why?
Hurry up.
All right.
It's loading.
Holy.
Your site has become so popular.
OMG! I never thought I'd have this many followers.
People thinking you were a slut was great for you. Actually, what has happened, I'll bet you, is that Alex advertised for you.
Yes.
So he could seem desirable and so he could seem like he's saving your life.
And I'm supporting you. Look at me supporting you because you on your own weren't capable or supported well enough. I cannot tell you where we actually, both of us, so I'm sorry, when we initially started this channel, there was a dude that we knew at work who immediately, as soon as we told him going, hey, we're going to try doing this thing, he immediately wanted to manage us. I went, what?
He's like, I can manage your channel. I'm like, what?
What? Like, it was so... Whoa, like I was just like, dude, you've never even done this before at all, one, and then number two, what?
Yeah, whoa.
Whoa, excuse me?
All right.
I thought I had this many followers. And look at the comments.
I know, look at the comments.
They all love my style.
It's all thanks to Alex. Wow, I've totally stopped thinking of him as dangerous or uncomfortable at all. He's contributed to your life now. Isn't that amazing?
It's great. Now he's supportive because he's done one thing for you.
Or now, since he's engaged with something you care about, that makes him a good guy. So I'm going to just call back to that anime trope really quickly, where there's this experience of going, here's a guy that's going to push his way into your life, who's going to violate your boundaries to some degree, and who will do shithole-like things.
Yes.
But then he will rescue you whenever you're in trouble. He'll do nice things occasionally to protect you against other people. He will be the white knight anytime you need him for whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, it doesn't make him not a jerk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just because someone helps you, you don't have like a scale in front of you where here's where he does bad thing and here's where he does good thing and they equal each other out.
That's not how that works.
Like that is not how it works.
Yeah.
A person is either good to you or they're not. And if they're never engaging with where they hurt you, where they overwhelm you, if you're never working on to prevent those types of things in the future, if they aren't trying to stop being what is an asshole to you, then this is no good.
Especially because communication is such a big part of relationships. They really talk about it going like, I understand, like for me, I found it to be really frustrating, and I'm not saying that it has to be your experience. But for me, like in a lot of ways, I did kind of personally resent the thing of going like, you have to fight with your partner. That's the only way, or fight with the person you're dating with, or fight with your friends. It's the only way you really know your real friends. Like, and I'm like, I think what you're talking about is like a violent knockout, some kind of like, either they're like verbally violent, or almost sometimes it sounds like some people are excited to go, it's physically violent, and that's what happens. You're like, whoa, okay, different issues. But then, like, actually engaging more with people. To me, what I have seen as probably what feels like more accurate to me is that you have more like soft arguments so that they don't turn into the screaming, yelling fights, or they don't yell into the people mad at each other for hours kind of thing.
A lot of people say to me, if you haven't had a real screaming, throwdown match, you don't really know who each other are.
Right.
And I really think that is unhealthy heteronormative culture.
Yes.
And I just don't support it.
God.
It's all thanks to Alex.
Kayla realizes that Ben doesn't seem pleased.
Not only,
she's right.
I told you, she ran in, slid in between the two of you, grabbed the back of your laptop and was like, Byron, look at your blog.
Oh my God.
Now neither of you think I exist.
Fuck you. Seem pleased.
What? Looks around behind her shoulder. Isn't that true?
What? Hello? Isn't that true? What?
If you didn't defend Byrne's clothes in that picture, her bikini, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm like, all it takes is one defense. And suddenly he's the best dude ever. Standards. Standards tiny. Standards none.
And again, Kayla going, he's hot, he's rich, he has these social merits that are checked off.
And like really, I think a lot of it though is just the fact that he's attractive, and I
Like
hate
I
to
said,
say it, yeah.
Attractive, but also I think she does like guys who are well off.
Mhm.
Because, you know, they can spoil you, they can take care of you, they have their own cars, that kind of thing.
He can be my daddy.
Kind of thing.
Would
But
you
I was
like to be
gonna
my daddy,
so-
my sugar daddy?
Hot is her first priority.
Yes.
And then her second priority is like social status and things, because she really was like, remember what she said about Jonathan? He's
Yes.
so hot and he's the most popular guy in school. She really cares about social status too.
Yes. Also, though, again, so I do not mean to shit on individuals who go, I really would like this person to be well off. I have seen and I have heard about people who were really like, well, they could take care of me, so this is basically, I accepted this relationship.
I was just
and I
saying,
get that happens. I understand why it happens, but as my friend's going to say,
in capitalism, there is no shame in trying to fall in love with someone that is safer for you in the monetary arena.
yes.
Like, I mean, there's even like a famous story, and I can't remember who it was, like Zsa Zsa Gabor or something like that, who was just like basically going, well, I knew I was going to fall in love, and I wanted to fall in love. So I decided to hang around millionaires until I fell in love with one of them.
right?
And the thing is, if you understand that after hanging around enough people, you're going to fall in love because you want a relationship and that, you know, you're going to eventually find one, why not hang around the type of people to form it with that would be more stable for your life?
But also, again, the reason why we get some of these dynamics, in my opinion, that like can really hurt a lot of people or basically have a massive power imbalance is because or even like where people go, all these women are all gold diggers, is because they're looking for security. Women still
Safety.
socially cannot have as much power or as much influence, or like even
Like,
if,
yes.
let's say you're a gay woman or you're a gay black trans woman, you might be fucked.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and
Going,
I think it's
I will
horrible.
never have a big, awesome, stable career that would allow me to support myself comfortably.
Yeah, so like it makes
what I'm
sense,
saying is-
but I'm also saying it's fucked up.
I was
Like
just saying,
genuinely.
this is why I started with capitalism.
Yes.
I almost use capitalism like a dirty word these days. Like going,
I mean, it
it's
kinda
the bad
is.
thing.
It kinda
Anyway, nah.
I know. You don't have to tell me.
Guys. Oh, that's you.
guys, me. Thank you. I even want my advice on what to wear.
That's awesome. Isn't this so good? Don't you love it when boys like you? God, it was so cool.
But boys want to wear my clothes. Right. Right.
Right.
Wow. Before Kayla and I have a chance to get more excited, I've never had this much attention. I don't know, because honestly, like, social validation is such a thing. It is such a high for some people.
And it can also be
it's
super, like, overwhelming high, but also
Yeah.
confusing high, all that kind of thing. And there can be, like, imposter syndrome that immediately sets in, everything.
Getting addicted to clicks, I think, as they kind of call it in some
Wow.
areas, is the bell rings.
I do enjoy that they're actually engaging with something Byrne cares about.
Yeah.
However, again, given how little Byrne talks about or advertises or promotes her fashion blog
Right.
and her fashion interests, this is a high level of stalking.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Ben doesn't even say a word when he leaves.
He looks grumpy, but his eyeliner's still on point.
Ben angry at me because of what Alex did.
Probably, actually.
It sounds like an abusive boyfriend.
He's probably
trope, yep.
angry that you're excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
And also probably angry that Alex did something that you liked and cared about and is going to, and is sort of directing it towards you.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Because you are essentially the crux of that anger.
and
If you didn't exist, he couldn't be angry about this. So it really doesn't matter that the inciting event was from somewhere else. The fact that it was focused on you and you reacted to it means he's essentially angry at you.
yeah, pretty much. Mhm.
Which is
and I
how-
love the fact that this just keeps coming up over and over again. Is this Byrne immediately assuming that all the men in her life fucking are mad at her?
Uh-huh.
Like, this is terrifying.
The reason she
all of
assumes
that.
that is because it's usually true.
Wait. After school, Mark is waiting for me as usual.
At least you know, Joey isn't waiting for you, because as far as we knew, he was still forcing you to carpool.
Right, we're going home together. We also plan to study for tomorrow's test.
Hi, shall we head over to your place?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, if you're at my place, maybe nothing stupid will happen over there.
Maybe no one will show up. That'd be great.
Hi, right, could
Wait,
be.
am I thinking that? Why am I thinking? That seems strange. Yeah, sure. Just before Mark and I can walk to the bus stop, someone stops a car right in front of us. They cut
It's gonna
you
happen. They're
physically
gonna cut you off and pick you up.
Oh, God.
I've decided to have
It's
some
probably
agency.
Alex. Mark and I are surprised as it only just stops in time.
Almost running into you.
Right?
Are you out of your mind? There it is.
Yes. Alex steps out of the car. He's willing to threaten your safety, but I know what I'm doing. Okay, so one reason why this kind of behavior is bullshitty is because you might know what you're doing, but the person who is there cannot consent and therefore does not know what you are doing. So you could really end up like just screwing someone over really hard. You could hurt them.
I was gonna say the thing is one, you don't know how the other person's going to react.
No,
in the same way that people are like, I dodged through traffic. Cars will crash trying to get out of the way, even if you knew you had enough time.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing with, like, people trying to get around you. If you dodge through a crowd and you know you can do it, other people will still react to the fact that you're dodging around them.
Oh, absolutely.
But what I find to be more poignant about this, and we're going to just continue to point out the abusive themes in this game as we come to them, because that is what has been the carrying, experience of this game, the prevailing experience, if you will.
Right.
So, in this case, this is an abusive behavior showing, one, that he is still a threat, and two, that he is controlling exactly how much of a threat he is to you based on what you do. So this is the type of behavior that always precedes violence. It's that sort of thing of, I could hit you, but I'm not. Like, that is what this is. And it could, and forgive me for anyone if that's triggering, but it really is like comparing to like the threat of physical violence, like physical and physical, but hitting it with a car is still physical violence.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like on your physical body kind of thing. And so the thing is it's like, this is the type of behavior that precedes physical abuse.
Right, and actually it's a thing that I've heard some therapists actually talk about in reference to going like sometimes when people are taking pillows and they're tearing them apart and they're throwing dishes and whatever else, while I understand that can be a way for them to interact with, let's say, their anger or whatever issue they're experiencing, there is always that lingering thing that particularly individuals who have been assigned female at birth or whoever raised as women tend to basically shy pretty hard away from, because they go, that for a lot of them has inevitably led to extreme domestic violence. Like, that just
and the
happens.
thing is like, there's a book called The Verbally Abusive Relationship.
Right.
And it's a really cool book. I would recommend it. And I will specify it's not a religious book, because there are some books that I think cover really cool concepts, but they have so much of religious doctrine and ideology in there, they can be challenging for some people to read.
Though I will say for me, due to the fact that it is from an English-speaking, and I assume probably had some sort of Christianity in their background, so probably American, that means there will probably be some themes, so if you're not necessarily comfortable with it, or you're really sensitive to it. But I don't know, because sometimes...
In this book, as far as I know, there are not Christian themes.
No, I know, but I'm saying that sometimes your culture, your background comes up as...
It's never explicitly mentioned anyway.
No, I know.
So the thing is almost every book from America ever is going to have Christian themes.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know if that's really... What I'm saying is that this one doesn't have overt themes, which is the important thing, because a lot of self-help has massively overt ones. So for me, I categorize them into two spaces.
Right.
Because there are
the
so
one
many
that's being
people,
blatantly obvious about it and the one that isn't. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, ones that use it as a primary theme.
Yeah.
And like crux of, and those that don't. So I separate all my self-help that way.
Okay.
So I apologize for not... I haven't talked to you about this very much, because I read a lot of self-help books.
That's
and
fine.
I don't always discuss them with people. But in any case, in the verbally abusive relationship book, there's this really cool bit where they cite a bunch of research. And one of the research things that they cite, and it's like, peer-reviewed, well done, well-collected research, is they say verbal abuse always precedes physical abuse. I mean, while verbal abuse doesn't always become physical, all physical abuse is preceded by verbal.
Yes.
Yes, that one. And so it's like, this is the type of stuff that foreshadows the possibility of greater abuse. And it just, that level of, I do power move with a car to show you I'm still in control, but I'm also in control in the way that I am a threat.
Yes.
Anyway,
Alex,
so that was a long segue.
Alex steps out of the car. Alex? He smiles at me as he takes off his shades.
I wanted to see him with shades.
Me too.
Mark, defending you. Cinnamon roll, awkward nerd to the rescue.
Awkward geek.
Sorry, geek. What do you want, Alex? No. Are you here to get burned into trouble again?
Mark, it's fine. Don't...
Please don't start trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn is always, please don't start trouble.
All right, what do you want, Alex?
But you want to talk to me, don't you? Your friend is there.
Yeah, I said no, I don't. Like, I was like,
say,
I think like that's what I was kind of thinking of her going like, I have someone who's there behind me, and potentially Mark has as sort of like, I'm doing the social thing of I will step in front of you.
Yeah, like he really did. He walked right up there and he was like, whoa, what are you doing here? He spoke first, he engaged first.
Yeah.
He reminded Byrne that he's there. I don't think Byrne wants to talk to you at all.
No, I don't.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, whatever. But really, I don't feel like talking to you.
Well, I feel like talking to you.
So I'm going to therefore superimpose my desires over yours. It doesn't
So-
matter, honey.
Since I feel like it, I get to have what I want.
Hey, darling,
Ah.
I really don't care.
And you're going to join me. Or else I couldn't do it. I promise. I'll answer every question you have.
You're dropping me off here, right? Just points down to the ground.
Like right here.
Right here?
Wait, you're going to... I'll have to talk to you right here, right now. Here, yeah, here.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, well, I'm leaving, though. I'm going to miss my bus. Bye.
Oh, you want to talk to me? Better catch the bus with me.
All right?
I would love it if she could be empowered enough to be one of those people that's like, "Hey, you want to talk to me? I don't know how to set a really good boundary, but I'll keep doing what I've engaged my other social engagement. We're walking to the bus stop. You better come along."
Right?
And he'd probably be so confused by
You
it.
follow along.
Like, I walk with you. Like, wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget your car. You've parked at a weird angle. You're getting
Yeah,
trouble.
you're in a loading zone.
Right? Okay.
Oh, whoa, wow. Oh, hold on. Vern, you're not going to go with them, right?
Actually, I am. There are things we need to talk about, but we won't know what they are until the next time!
God!
Oh, God, this is terrible. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!